In this video, the Simplified Trust Regime, or RESICO, in Mexico for 2025. This is a game changer for freelancers, digital nomads, and expats who are curious about taxes in Mexico. There is a way to live full-time in Mexico and pay very low income taxes, and that's what we're going to navigate in today's video so you can navigate Mexico's tax system with ease and confidence. So why choose the RESICO regime? And RESICO is an acronym, by the way, RESICO. And before we dive into the details, let's talk about why RESICO is such a big deal for taxpayers in Mexico. So number one, low tax rates. RESICO offers progressive tax rates from 1 to 2.5% on gross income, a fraction of the standard 30% income tax rate for individuals under Mexico's general regime. This means way more money in your pocket and one of the most competitive tax rates in the world. Another benefit is simplified tax compliance. So no complex bookkeeping or deductions are required. RESICO streamlines tax reporting with monthly fixed payments, making it ideal for small-scale entrepreneurs and independent workers. Benefit 3 is accessibility for foreigners. Foreigners with tax residency in Mexico can join RESICO, making it a top choice for digital nomads, consultants, and expats earning income locally or abroad. And yes, this can apply to temporary and permanent residents of Mexico as well, not just Mexican citizens. If you are a legal resident in Mexico, this can apply to you. And by the way, if you need help implementing this, getting residency or citizenship in Mexico, MyLatinLife is here to help. We're a full-scale immigration consultancy, and we can help you get residency in Mexico, citizenship in Mexico, taxes in Mexico, real estate transactions in Mexico, etc. So there's a link in the description where you can book a call with us, and we can put that residency or citizenship or business entity in your hands. But let's keep moving on with the video. So benefit number 4 is this is a very small business centric benefit. So it's designed for individuals earning up to 3.5 million pesos annually, which is about 175,000 US dollars. So this benefits 82% of individual taxpayers in Mexico per the SAT, which is the Mexican tax authority. And as an expat, you can benefit from this as well. Another benefit here is economic flexibility. By reducing tax burdens, RESICO lets you reinvest in your business, lifestyle, or dream home in places like Playa del Carmen or Guadalajara, boosting Mexico's vibrant economy. And then another benefit is cultural integration. Paying taxes under RESICO means contributing to Mexico's growth while enjoying the perks of living in a country with rich culture, affordable living, and a welcoming vibe. And Mexico is not known for being a tax haven in that sense, so it has a very good reputation worldwide. But if you can pay effectively 1 to 2.5% and you're a tax resident and nobody from any other country around the world is going to come chasing after you because you're doing things legit in Mexico, a very transparent country, I mean, this is a great option for a lot of people, I think. So let's explore the pathways to join RESICO. Who qualifies, how to register, and what's new for 2025. So the RESICO for individuals is the most popular pathway, designed for self-employed individuals, freelancers, and small-scale entrepreneurs. It's perfect for those earning modest incomes and wanting a hassle-free tax experience. So here's the full breakdown. So for eligibility, you must be a tax resident in Mexico, meaning you spend 183 plus days per year in Mexico, or you have your primary economic interests here in Mexico. Foreigners with temporary or permanent residency can qualify. Your annual income must not exceed 3.5 million pesos, or about 175K USD, from eligible activities. And these eligible activities include business activities, professional service, leasing, and primary activities. We go into more detail on each of those 4 things. Business activities could be selling products or services like online stores, etc. Restaurants, retail. Professional services could be freelancers like designers, programmers, consultants, or coaches. Leasing could be renting properties, including short-term rentals on platforms like Airbnb. So there may be a way that your Airbnb income in Mexico could potentially qualify here. And then the fourth category is primary activities: agriculture, livestock, fishing, forestry, things like that, which Mexico obviously has abundant. You can have additional income from salaries or interest, such as bank savings, but these are taxed separately under other regimes. So I believe we're really looking at earned income here, and there are some exclusions. Partners or shareholders in a for-profit corporation, there's things to consider there. There's individuals under preferential tax regimes abroad, tax havens. Those people might be excluded. There are those earning an income as asimilados a salarios, which is like assimilated wages, which is a specific Mexican tax category. People who that apply to need to look into how these things might work together. And then residents abroad with a permanent establishment in Mexico, such as foreign companies operating locally, might not qualify. So you spending time as an individual is going to help push things over the edge. If you're simply operating a foreign company, but you're not really a tax resident of Mexico, it's not going to apply. But there are things you can do to make yourself a tax resident of Mexico if you want to go that direction and make it more your economic center of life. So here are the tax rates under RESICO. It's a progressive tax scale based on annual income. It starts at 1%, then it goes to 1.1, and then 1.5% for incomes up to 50K, and then 2% for incomes up to 125K, and then 2.5% for incomes up to 175K. Taxes are calculated on a cash flow basis, meaning you only pay tax on income actually received, not invoiced or accrued. And then the documentation you're going to need is an RFC, the Federal Taxpayers Registry Number, obtainable from the SAT. You'll also need your CURP, which is your unique ID. You'll need proof of Mexican tax residency, or at least proof of address, so from a utility bill or electric bill, something like that. You'll need a bank account in Mexico as well for tax payments and the refunds. And then the process is you'll register with the SAT, you'll enroll in RESICO, you'll need to obtain an RFC first, then you're going to update your economic activities. You'll submit an aviso de actualización via the SAT portal to confirm you're taxed under RESICO, especially if transitioning from another regime like RIF, which was discontinued in 2022. The deadline for updates is January 31st, 2025 for those re-entering RESICO. Then you'll file monthly taxes. Submit provisional payments by the 17th of each month using the SAT's online portal. These are considered definitive, meaning no annual tax return is required unless you have non-RESICO income such as other salaries. Then you'll issue invoices for clients requiring tax receipts. You can issue a comprobante fiscal digital por internet, an electronic invoice. And for multiple transactions with the same RESICO client, you can issue a single monthly CFDI by the third day of the next month, detailing all operations. You'll need to be compliant with VAT, the VAT, and charge 16% VAT on taxable activities. And there might not be any exemptions. That's what I have in my notes, that the former RIF regime had more exemptions. Here, no exemptions on VAT. And then you'll file VAT returns by the 17th of each month. You can claim VAT credits for business expenses. Processing for registration can be quick, typically 1 to 3 weeks, but activating your tax mailbox and your e-firma, which is your e-signature, may take longer for first-time filers. There's no registration fee for the RFC or the RESICO enrollment. Tax payments vary by income. There are accounting services that can handle this for you, which I highly recommend. It might cost you $50 to $200 a month, but well worth it. This is not something that you want to do by yourself. And if you feel like you need an accountant to step in and help out, we have the best accountants in Mexico you could possibly have, especially for expats, for American expats, Canadian expats. So there's a link in the description where you can book a call with us, become our client, and we can hook you up with the accounting services and whatever else you need to have the most pleasant, tax-efficient lifestyle in Mexico and Latin America as possible. Some key considerations: if you exceed 3.5 million Mexican pesos in annual income, you'll automatically transition to the general regime for individuals with higher tax rates. You can return to RESICO if your income drops below the threshold in the next fiscal year and you're compliant with tax obligations. Foreigners providing services to overseas clients, such as U.S. companies, must ensure compliance to avoid reclassification as a dependent employment relationship, which disqualifies you from RESICO and may trigger Social Security taxes. In 2025, the SAT is enforcing tax mailbox activation for all RESICO taxpayers to streamline communication. Non-compliance can lead to fines. Also, no deductions are allowed, so track income carefully to stay within the tax brackets. Fun fact, since its launch in 2022, RESICO has attracted over 2 million individual taxpayers, with a surge among digital nomads in tourist hubs like Tulum and Puerto Vallarta, reflecting Mexico's growing appeal as a remote work destination. Next, let's talk about RESICO for corporations. This is designed for small legal entities, offering similar simplification, but tailored to businesses with multiple shareholders. So here's what you need to know. It can apply to Mexican resident legal entities, such as the SA de CV, the SDRL, composed solely of individual shareholders with no corporate partners. The annual income of the business must not exceed 35 million pesos, or 1.75 million in the prior fiscal year, or for new businesses estimating below this threshold. It excludes entities with shareholders who control or are related to other companies. It excludes operations and preferential tax regimes abroad, and it excludes certain activities like financial institutions or nonprofits. Unlike individuals, RESICO is optional for corporations meeting the criteria, but many opt in for its benefits. Now let's talk tax rates. Corporations pay a flat 30% income tax rate on taxable profit per Article 9 of the Income Tax Law. But RESICO simplifies calculations by allowing cash flow accounting, taxing only collected income. Provisional payments are credited against the annual tax, and dividends or profits are taxed per standard rules. VAT is charged at 16%, with monthly filings required by the 17th. And again, regarding documentation, you'll need the RFC, Articles of Incorporation and Shareholder Details, the CORP and the RFC of individual shareholders. You'll need the tax mailbox and e-firma for the entity. You'll need financial statements or income records to verify the 35 million limit. And you'll need proof of tax compliance. The process involves registering or updating the RFC, filing monthly taxes and annual return, issue the CFDIs, registration, and tax payments. Some key considerations: again, if the income exceeds 35 million, the entity must switch to the general regime, but can return to RESICO if income drops and compliance is maintained. In 2025, SAT is increasing audits for corporations to ensure shareholder eligibility, so maintain clear records. The RESICO has actually boosted small business growth, with over 50,000 legal entities enrolled by 2024, particularly in manufacturing and tourism sectors like Jalisco and Quintana Roo. Here are some key updates for 2025. The RESICO regime continues to evolve, with 2025 bringing significant changes to enhance compliance and accessibility per the Miscellaneous Tax Resolution, the RMF, published on December 30th, 2024. Here's what's new. Number 1, elimination of update notice. 2, tax mailbox mandate. 3, VAT refund flexibility. 4, global CFDI cancellation. 5, co-ownership clarification. 6, other exemptions for the agricultural sector. And 7, increased audits. Now for some tips on success. Navigating RESICO is straightforward, but these tips will ensure a smooth experience. So number one, get your RFC early because it does take time to process, so plan ahead. Number two, hire a tax consultant. For foreigners or complex cases, a tax advisor is invaluable. Again, link in the description where you can book a call with MyLatinLife, become our client, and we can help you with the tax consultancy and everything else that you need in Mexico. Another tip is activate your tax mailbox. You can log into the website sat.gov.mx to set up your buzón tributario and your e-firma. This is mandatory in 2025 and prevents missed SAT notices, which can lead to fines. Then, track your income carefully, learn basic Spanish, issue CFDIs correctly, budget for taxes. Even at 1% to 2.5%, taxes are still something that needs to get paid, so set some money aside, set 5 or 10% of monthly income aside for the ISR and the VAT, plus a little bit of money for accounting or translation costs as well. In conclusion, the simplified trust regime, the RESICO, is a revolutionary tax framework that empowers individuals, lowers taxes, it's great for small businesses too, and rural producers even, to thrive in Mexico's dynamic economy. With low tax rates, simplified filings, and flexibility for foreigners, RESICO is making it easier than ever to live, work, and contribute to Mexico's vibrant culture and economy. Whether you're a digital nomad in Tulum or a farmer in Chiapas or a startup in Guadalajara, everybody can benefit from this regime. Yes, it requires some paperwork and compliance, but the rewards, the financial savings, the legal certainty, and a deeper connection to Mexico are well worth it. If this guide has inspired you to join RESICO or clarify your tax strategy in Mexico, give this video a like, subscribe for more financial and lifestyle content in Mexico, and drop your questions or experience in the comments below. Are you already on RESICO? Are you struggling with your RFC? Let's chat. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you in the next video.